Well, welcome to the stream. Um, gonna be going over some Unreal Engine today. Looks like my camera's not working. Let's see if I can change that quick. It was working last night. There we go. Awesome. We're back. Welcome everybody. All right, so today I'm going to be doing some dev work in Unreal Engine 5. It's actually the game that I'm working on, and there's some AI stuff that I want to fix this mic. Hold on. Anyway, man, it's like right in the way of my keyboard too. I don't know. Maybe the audio is good on that. Maybe it's not. Cool. Well, anyway, Unreal Engine 5. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Got some music in the background. Just nice to listen to. I did add some notification, at least I think, notification sound. So when someone says hi in chat, I should be able to recognize or be notified of it. There we go. Didn't have that last night. Anyway. And also, I have some laundry that's going right now. And 56 minutes, we'll have an intermission. All right. Well, so yeah, I was gonna work on some AI. And this is actually something I'd like to release. Where is it? I'd like to release on the Fab Store, just like a general AI system. Um, systems, I think is what it is. Ultra AI. Here we go. And so what I'm working on now, I'm gonna actually dock that. What I'm working on now is, I'll just show what AI I have. So that, and I can explode this barrel while whacking it. Um, that's another thing I gotta fix too. Is there's like the way that I decided to do the explosion. It creates like a sphere, and it exists there temporarily. Where the way that I should be doing it should be like a ray cast that goes out and does damage, and then the actor destroys itself. And the materials on those guys look kind of funny, but I'll go with it. So these AI, the one's ranged, the one's not, they should pursue me. At least this guy should. And then the guy with the weapon, he will, he'll only come so close to me, and he should be shooting at me. And problem that I've run into is that well, at least the melee AI anyway, they'll get so close, and you could like stand next to them, and like a little bit to the left or to the right, and they'd still have you targeted, but they wouldn't actually be facing you. So I need to change that. Yeah, so maybe I can. Maybe I did change it. I don't know. Yeah, so he just hits me. Yeah, see how he was not really facing me? I'll get some health quick. Yeah, so he should always be facing me, and he's not. And then he can actually lose sight of me, and then he runs away. So, but yeah, then he goes back to his patrol, and so he sees me. He has infinite ammo. That's just temporarily. I'll be adding ammo, but like they actually have a specific amount of ammo that you can have, or you can have them as infinite ammo depending on the needs of your AI. But right now, well, in the code, he's actually what's going to be executing is the actual projectile firing. And so I'm in range in his in his range, there's one of the parameters that you can set is the minimum and the maximum range. And so I move away, he follows me, moves away. So, and these spheres are just for debug, for dev purposes. But yeah, so and there's some other stuff to do with that. So like the AI would be firing at you for X amount of seconds. You could even do like a random range in seconds, and then it'll like move to a different position. That's something that I would like to do with this. So, um, let's open that up, I guess. Oh yeah, because this is. I think the reason why that error was showing up was because yeah, because if I play as listen server, because actually that's being executed on the server. How does that work? It executes properly. It's just the way the AI functions with the server. Probably doesn't make sense, but that's what I remember landing on that being the case. So we have the maximum range. There needs to be. Well, let's just go through this. It's been a while. Oh, so that's just the initialize the weapon. So we're setting. Oh yeah, this is initializing the primary weapon. Okay, so close that. Oh yeah, the secondary weapon. So that's where the issue why that wasn't working properly, I believe, was because of I think it was because I ran into this weird, yeah, it was this weird issue that I ran into where trying to attach the two different static meshes to the AI just wasn't working. It was gonna do one or the other. Setting it on a different socket, whatever, it wasn't working. Um, so um, think I think this also. I thought I had this as replicated. Yeah, it's replicated. So this comp underscore ultra AI. That's the what you would actually put onto your AI character. Gosh, I don't know why this does that. There we go. So this is just your general, pawn character, or not pawn. It's your general character. Yeah. And it has the animation blueprint hooked up to it. It's got the skeletal mesh, all that nonsense. Character movement. And then I have this universal teams data, which I'm planning to just pack in with all of the stuff that I put on Unreal or on Fab. I still like to call it the marketplace, just because that makes more sense of what it actually is. But anyway, so yeah, you just drop this component on there, and then you can have all these different things that you can edit, all these editable parameters. So like team for example, you can go on. This is the universal team that it's grabbing from. I think. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it is because that. I think it does. Gosh, like I said, it's been probably a month and a half since I've actually got into this. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's actually taking. You know what? Let's just go. Let's just go look at it. So it's going to be base settings. universal teams. So that's what that takes from. So this is going to look for this component, and it will, depending on what your team index is, yeah, that's exactly what it takes from. Depending on what your team index is, it's going to determine whether or not you're friendly. And then you can do friendly fire. You can have pack mentality. I think I might change the way that I'm going to do pack mentality, like actually create a pack, like a wolf pack kind of thing, or horde. Um, yeah, like this is super early development for this AI component, but it's definitely something that I plan to release out into the wild once it gets good enough. Then I'll have things like patrol settings, so it's ascending, descending, um, reciprocating, and then random point. So you have with what? So with ascending or descending, that's you have an array of objects that this AI will move to. So that's what those 4 boxes over here are. So these are each patrol points, and so you would just add. Let's see if I can show. Ultra AI. So yeah, so it's just an array. Patrol path. I thought. Or did I change that? I thought. Oh yeah, I did change it. No, I didn't change it. Maybe I did change it. Why is that? It's been a while since I've been here. But I thought I had changed it so it was a spline that you just, make them go around. That was way easier than. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I was going to make it a spline, but it's just this patrol path, and then you select the patrol path. So with going ascending or descending, ascending, it would go from 0. I'm pointing at the screen. It would go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, and then back. And then with descending, it would go from 3 to 2 to 1 to 0, and then go back. And if when it's in like a guard mode, if it's like say it's at patrol point 1 and it sees you, or it's moving in between patrol point 1 and patrol point 2, it sees you, it goes, it can't find you, so then it comes back and it goes right back to where it was. It doesn't like start the path all over again. It picks up right where it left off. And then the reciprocating, that's where it will go 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then the random point, that's probably pretty obvious what that does. Just goes a random point. I don't think I set an area, a random point within that area. Maybe I did. I thought I did. We can actually check that out. Patrol settings. Search radius. Okay, so I did set that. So it will search a random point within a particular radius, and then you can also set it so that each patrol point that it goes to, whether it's a random point or one of the preset paths, it will wait X amount of time at that point, each point that it goes to. Random patrol radius. That's what that was. The search radius. So if the AI sees you and then it loses sight of you, it'll like do a random search. Basically, it does the random patrol, but kind of a smaller area. So it does just like a search for you, and then it'll go back to its patrol path or patrol behavior. So if it's patrolling a random point, then Anyway. Um, so Sure, I'll just keep going through it. So then attack settings. So then you have the minimum, the maximum range, um, and those only apply if it has a weapon. Um, yeah, because you would uncheck that, and then the only thing that would apply here would be the use grenades. Secondary weapon, something that still needs to be implemented. As I mentioned earlier, just having some weird issue with it. And yeah, defense settings would be like, these actually don't work yet. Code incoming for those. Um, roam settings, so think of like a cow in Minecraft or pig, just some random NPC. More specifically, like a cow or a pig or sheep or whatever. So it'll roam, just kind of wander. Isn't really hostile, just kind of does whatever. Um, and then if it does a graze, so will it like stop somewhere, do an animation of any kind? A grazing is going to be very kind of like generic, but it'll do an animation when it gets to its patrol point, and you could set it so it, like, sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. That's what I have planned for that. And then it moves to another point. It just kind of hangs around, whatever. So yeah, that has the roaming radius, the roam move speed, so basically just how fast it's going to move between each point. And then yeah, the roaming wait time, so how long it's going to stay at each point it moves to. Mating, also think of something like Minecraft. So you basically it would, for cows, just like in Minecraft, they'd go up to each other, and when they're in a certain proximity of each other for a certain amount of time, then they would, and it'd have to be like a while, and there'd also be when that's checked, that would set like there'd have to be like a timer and all this, and still working out the yeah, courtship time. So how long? Generally half of the roam wait time. Yeah, so it'd be like they move somewhere, and if it's next to another animal or another of its same kind, then it would end up spawning another one. And the mating identifier, so also again, like in Minecraft, you have like the little hearts that come off the models, animals, whatever, off the AI, just to show that it's doing something. It's not just two NPCs staring at each other. Um, and then the identifier socket, that's just where those where that particle system, or I guess Niagara, whatever, would where that would spawn from. Animations, those are probably pretty obvious. Yeah, those. Some of these are actually set on the. I think they are. Yeah, the reloads are, and the held is. But like this. Actually, no, these are all set from the weapon. Which I was actually gonna change the way I do the weapon, just from like a inventory standpoint. So how the weapon actually behaves as an object. Um, that's also to be worked on. Nothing that in the game that I'm releasing, it's not something anybody would notice. It's just something on the back end that's gonna change. And also, the inventory system is something I would like to release to the public. Um, I've heard that there's people, indie devs, like the way that they first try and make money from the game that they've released is, well, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos on it. I guess I should rephrase it that way. That they end up making, at first, they make more money from like the um, components of it that they've made. So they sell those out, and then that slowly drags attention to their game that they've created, and then they make money off their game. So that's the approach that I'm going to try and take. Um, how that's all gonna work out, I don't know. Sound effects. That sounds exactly like what it is. S effects. So play self dialogue. So basically, is it gonna talk to itself? Like might some Genshin Impact, I think. Some of the AI when they're just like patrolling, they'll like whistle to themselves or talk to themselves. You see that in some other games like Halo also. Um, like the grunts and the elites just kind of having conversation. Play Warcry, so that'd be like if its health gets below a certain amount, is it just gonna? And a good example of this would be like the elites in Halo, where their health gets to a certain amount, they whip out their sword, and then they're like, rah, and they run at you. So that the war cry would be them just yelling when their health gets to a certain point. Um, with them actually running at you like the elite, like I just described. Oh, excuse me. Um, that would be like a has rage kind of thing. That's a setting that's up there. That's the other things like um, there's a lot of logic that has to go into some of these. But the check marks here would be basically just enabling the sound, and then this is an array of sounds that you can put in. So it's not always the same. You know, so like say you have two enemies right next to each other, they're both going to have a war cry. There's because it's picking randomly from this array. There's a pretty high chance that they won't have the same war cry. So you can have like 5 or 6 different war cries for the same type of AI. Same with like giving up, fleeing, and lost sight. So it'd be like, "Where are you? Where'd you go? Must have been the wind," kind of thing. Yeah, there is quite a bit of work that needs to be done to actually refine the AI. It in its current state, it's with the exception of ranged, like looking at you, it'll fit the needs that I it'll fit the needs for the game that I'm releasing. So it's really just one of those things that needs to be touched up and worked on as time goes on. So now that that quick overview has been overviewed, so we actually, because a lot of these, like, there isn't a whole lot of logic that actually happens on here. You have like your initialization and stuff like that, but all the actual doing things logic, uh, I think I was gonna change it so that this does it on like the blackboard. Well, it wouldn't be the blackboard; it'd be the behavior tree. Let's open up this behavior tree. So I also want to make this super simple for someone. They could create their own behavior tree if they really want to, or they just select from this behavior tree. And then in here, let's go to class defaults. You have your behavior type, and so you have like peaceful, passive, aggressive, predatory. So kind of think just like Minecraft. You're peaceful, so that'd be like your wild animals, with the exception of dogs and foxes, I guess. Uh, but anyway, something that just it would if you attack it, it would run away rather than engage you. Passive, the opposite, like the wolves in Minecraft or dogs or whatever. They you attack it and then it attacks you. But otherwise, it's just like totally chill. Doesn't do anything. Predatory is where like that'd be like the creeper where it sees you and it comes to attack you, or like the skeleton also. It's that type of behavior. So, We have to do the patrol, and then let's see, it's chasing. So where is? All right, so the attack. Move within attack range. So somewhere it might have to be a service where it's always looking at the. That'd probably be the easiest way to do it, to be honest. Yeah, because we have the target actor, so that's not necessarily storing. Pretty sure it's get black per value. Yeah, it's an actor. It's not the actual like position. It's the actor itself, and that's more efficient than having this vector that's constantly updating every tick. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it's. So it's moving to destination. Um. So I think this could lead to some weird behavior, and I think that's why I didn't do it in here. Is because, so for example, well, I don't know, maybe that would work. Because if you have the AI, so the AI is coming at you, right? Like it sees you, it's ready to attack you, it's ranged, and it hasn't started firing at you yet. But you go behind a wall, so you're out of its visible range, and then you keep on, so you keep on moving behind that wall. Is it still going to be tracking you? Um, yeah, will physically be tracking you even though it can't see you. Does that make sense? So it's like so like knows that you're behind the wall. It looks like it knows you're behind the wall, but it doesn't actually know that you're there, kind of thing. I still think it should be a service though. Oh, because that's after the move too. All right, so so we're getting the controlled pawn, which is the AI physical character. Um, don't necessarily like the fact that I'm doing a cast. I think that was like the only. Oh. Um. No, I think I ended up having to do that because you're calling it as an object. I think. Oh no, because you'd be taking the defaults from whatever character or movement stuff. So it wouldn't be like custom set. Um, if so, like for each AI, you'd have the same movement speeds and all that nonsense. But this is actually getting the. I feel like that can be changed. That I don't need to do a cast. I don't know. We'll revisit that. I'm gonna make a note. Change so it is not a cast. And then we will bring my attention to it by making it an annoying color. Oh no, that's kind of a nice color, actually. Yeah, let's do an annoying color. Again, it's just a nice soft pastel color. Alright, so we're gonna just do that. Alright, so Setsicon. Gets the character movement and sets its walk speed. Well, that's going to be the chase speed, so it sets its walk speed. It sets the chase speed as the walk speed. Um, and weird. Oh yeah, because there were some. I wanted to do this as like a random, in between. I think that should change eventually too. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a while since I worked on this, but I think because you have the minimum. So let's just say the minimum is 10, and then the maximum is 100. So you'd have 110. So then the minimum acceptance rate would be 110 divided by 2, so 55. Oh yeah, that was because I wanted the AI would move into range, and then as you're moving away, that's exactly what it was. So then as you move away from it, it can still shoot at you until you move out of its maximum range, then it moves back in. So because the issue, yeah, I remember now, the issue that I was having was that it would move to that maximum range, and then it would like try and fire at you, but if you're moving, it would like keep on. It was very jittery and it just looked weird. Um, and with the minimum, that's where it kept on moving up to the minimum, and then it would wait. It kind of the same thing where it kept on trying to get to that minimum distance, the maximum. So anyway, that's why I decided to add them and then divide them. And I almost feel like I should do like a random range. So it'd be like divided by 2 and then plus a random number plus or minus a random number. I guess I could do plus like a random number between 1 and or a random number between 0 and 5 or something like that. So it'll just have like a little bit of room that it could actually move to, so it wouldn't look like it's always moving exactly to that. Also just help with the randomness. So target within range. That's just determining whether or not if it's less than or greater than the minimum range. Yeah, less than the maximum range, greater than the minimum range. So that works. Target insight. So yeah, let's add a new service. And all of those services are actually from a different AI system that I tried using that just wasn't fitting the needs that I need. Soldier aggro. Soldier calms down. Soldier shoot player. Because that's what the attack is, though. Is you wouldn't want that as a service. So the service is something that happens while everything else is going on. So while it's trying to figure out if it's moving between the attack range and what it should attack, it's always doing these other things. So we would want to create a service. And why is it not creating this? Oh yeah, because I need to do base. Services. Weird. Oh, okay, yeah. Lieutenant service. Look at target. And so the reason why I'm putting target and not player is because in the assumption that eventually you'll have like wildlife, or that you're trying to use this as wildlife, you wouldn't want to look at the player specifically. You'd want the whatever it is as the target. So, uh, yeah, that's why. Also, with I had to do that cast. I don't know. I have to revisit that, but you don't want to bring it in as like, oh, I'm just looking for the character pawn or character, the player character. You're looking for a not a class, type. I guess sort of class, not really a class. You're looking for more of a generic object rather than a specific type of object. And then you're checking that object to see if it has certain things on it. It's not exactly, I don't think anyway, it's not exactly the most performance friendly way to do things, but um, it can be very useful when you're having different types of AI. So, yeah, trying to create less work for myself, basically. Anyway, so look at target. Oh gosh. So, weird. Oh, anyway, okay. And what was my naming convention for this? I'm just gonna move this over on my other screen. So BB variable, BB target, and yeah, this really shouldn't need to be black. Spell that right. Blackboard key selector. So basically, we're just telling the service to look at this specific Blackboard key. So if we go to Blackboard, it will be looking for one of these keys, which the one that we're wanting to get is target actor. And so target actor. Oh yeah, because then we'd have to go in here and let's do our service. Look at target. So on here, I thought it was on here. Um, oh, it's because I have to make it. Ah, there we go. We got it. It's been a while since I've been doing some AI programming. Yeah, so then, so the self actor would be the owner, or it would be itself. The one that is currently trying to look at a target, that's what the self actor is. So it's the one that's trying to do the actions. But we want a target actor. So target actor. Which actually we will want self. Yeah, let's just bring self actor in here too, because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna change the rotation towards if the character is visible, or that if the actor is visible, we want it to look at that. Actually, it should probably be the last known location. I don't know. This is probably going to be a lot more complex than I'm imagining it being, because basically we're just trying to rotate the. Uh, sorry about that. We're trying to rotate the self, so the AI towards whatever actor it needs to look at that it's attacking. or that it wants to attack, that it's moving towards. So it's target. And there will be certain conditions on that, like can it see it? And then, man, there's a fighter jet going over, so I apologize if it's loud. Let me look to see if you guys can actually hear it. Nope, you shouldn't be able to hear it, but it's there. Maybe you can hear it when I talk, but there's definitely a fighter jet going overhead. Um, so yeah, let's close that. So we got the cell factor, and then I think it was can see target. And cell factor can see target. Can see player. Well, that shouldn't be set as. Hold on. We gotta do some investigation. Where is? Oh, I think. Yeah, so the can see player that actually needs to be renamed to can see target. Um, why can't it? Why isn't it? Oh, yeah. So because that's actually that just exists on the blackboard. Um, not on the. That should be stored as a variable somewhere though. So let's see. We're yeah. See, there's just too much weird character casting here. I know there's got to be a way better way to do it. So that's just the patrolling. That's the finding the random point. Okay, so it's not going to be in here. That has to get set somewhere else then. Working, still need to change it so that it chases nearest player. It like sort of does it, but not really. Random location. That's not part of this at all. Target is in sight. Um, yeah, last seen. That needs to be renamed. The last seen target location. The last seen target location. Yeah, because it's getting it as a vector, not an actual object. Oh yeah, look at that. See, I did a random float and see. Anyway, then it first execute. Okay, so we'll just do file, save all. Will that want me to? Sometimes you have to like reselect it. Okay, good. Target is in sight. That gets set. Where the heck does that get set? Come on. Is that on the controller, I think? Perception. Oh yeah, I watched a tutorial on how to do this, and I'm not entirely a fan of how this happens. That's something I might also end up redoing. So team check. Sure. Team index. It's getting the stimulus location, target actor. There we go. Can see player. Okay, so this gets set on the controller, which is fine. Just need to know that it's being set somewhere other than on the behavior tree. All right, so variable the whoops can oh wait, can't see target. Oh, that's what we were talking about, right? Yeah, can't see target. Okay. Oh, actually, I would open that back up. Because we are looking for a actor. Yep, we're just looking for a generic actor. So can see player is not the right wordage for that. Especially yeah, since we're using actor. Blackboard, that's just the blackboard that it's using. Okay. Pretty sure. AI component, so that's just the component that's on the object. Yeah, I remember. I tried. I think there was an issue with that. Trying to pass because you want to cast as little as possible, and I think that's why I ended up doing that. Because then you just use that. You set. You'd set the blackboard values, and it might actually be yeah as characters. So AI character. So let's go to the blackboard. Um, yeah, character. Oh, look at that! Holy crap. Okay. Close the controller. Actually, yeah, character object. Okay, yep, it's coming in as a character. Okay. Let's save that. Goodness sakes, that scared me. Hold on, did someone just say hi to me? Oh, look, it's some spam. Remove the space. Go away. Thanks for joining, I guess. Whatever. Bots are bots. There's got to be a way to. I'm gonna look into that because I had a bot join the thing yesterday too. I don't like spam. So, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it shows right up on the screen too. I'm not sure how long that stays there. Refresh chat. It's gonna go away. If that doesn't go away, hold on. Chat box. Gross. Do I actually have to open up? Hold on. Let's go to Twitch. Creator dashboard? Nope. Oh, wait, maybe. Yep. They need a better way to get to Stream Manager. Can I not delete that? Huh. Well, show mod icon. There we go. Delete message. Boom. Alright, cool. Hopefully I don't have to do something like that again. Well, I'll have to change the I'll have to look into the spam settings here. Alright, cool. Anyway, back to business. Yeah. I wonder if you guys heard that too. That like crazy that noise. I'll have to look into that also. Speaking of noises, about 4 minutes until intermission. What's this? Hold on, sorry. Got a text message I gotta look at. Hold on. My goodness. Just taking care of some stuff. Hold on. What about today? Okay. We're good. We're good. But in about 4 minutes. Actually, I could probably go get it now. Um. Where was that? Dang it. Lost my spot. All right. Well, we'll change that. Oh yeah, it was AI character, right? Oh no, because I need to get the controller. I think. Yeah, we'll revisit that for sure. But it's there. I now remember that I set it up. Okay. So we're going to get our get target actor. We're going to get the self actor, and then we're going to get the can see target. And then we do not get value as a bool. And how you pass the information? It's gonna be just like this. So you set your blackboard value. So you're telling this service, look at the blackboard value, and then you're getting that blackboard value as a bool. And then here we can see can't see player. It's set as a bool. So when you add these, everything has to be exact and whatever. Anyway, so I think I need to get those as objects. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna do get as value as actor. That's what that needs to be. Get as actor. I really don't think I need that on here, but anyway. So we're gonna do get actor transform, and then we're gonna split the struct, and then we're gonna get actor transform again. And then we're gonna do split struct because we just want the location, which I think I could just do get. Okay. Well, what we're gonna want to do is get forward RB set off. All right, launch is done. Well, it needs to be dried. Or no, it is drying. So it needs to be brought out. Get actor forward vector. I should be able to set it though. I'll just get it. We might need that. Set actor relative rotation. And then it would just be something like that. No, it wouldn't be relative rotation. It would be its actual world rotation. Set actor rotation. There we go. There we go. And oh yeah, I gotta make that so that actually happens. We'll try that out and see. Oh, I won't need that. So true. Yeah, because if it can see the target, then we want it to rotate towards it. If it can't see it, then it should, in theory, just keep its same rotation. Theoretically. We'll try that out. Oh, wait, what? We don't want that. I don't think we'll need that either. We just need the actor. We need to set its rotation. And its rotation is going to be that actor's location. False, it won't do anything. So yeah, theoretically, when it loses sight of the character or its target, um, it won't rotate anywhere. It'll still keep going the path that it's on. Compile that. I forget how to initiate that. We can look at that real quick, and then after I do that, I will. Event receive. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Event receive execute AI. That's not it. Can I just copy and paste this? Weird. I feel like that should be. Yeah, event receive execute AI. The heck? I can spell to save my life. Receive. Interesting. Oh, and I probably actually don't even need that. What? How did I do that? So that's the problem coming back from having not done it for so long. You're like, how the heck did I do this? Execute AI. Oh, come on. It's gotta be. How about just type event? I'll just type an AI. Oh gosh, I need to go get my laundry. Alright, execute AI. Okay, fine. Then execute. Well, now it's not even showing it. What the heck? Well, maybe I just need to compile. Save all. Try scan. I'm gonna lose my mind here. What if I just do this? Because I know that's not a custom event. All right, we'll figure that out in a bit. Um, yeah, because I need that. File, save all, and then we will have an intermission. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.